Hello and welcome to episode 29 of Forever Everton, and things have picked up a tiny bit. We haven't played too many games since the last time you saw us, which of course was in the Europa League quarter-final, legs 1 and 2 against Arsenal, which, oh my god, did we squeeze through. And in between, as I say, it was a 3-game run against Arsenal. We got hammered by them in the league. We struggled to draw against them in the first leg, which was at home for us, and they got the away goal. But we pulled it back and won on the away goal rule in the second leg, which we got away with that. And as you can see, prior to that, we had absolute and utter tripe form. Well, I've done something I don't normally do. I don't tend to like to change my formation during the season. I tend to like to wait until later on if I've not been training said formation. But it's kind of been a necessity to do something different because we didn't look good. It didn't feel good. I don't know. Something wasn't quite right. Anyway, without further ado, I should mention the last 2 games. If you follow me on Twitter, I'm talking about things not going entirely well. Just before the Norwich game, I got told that if I didn't win it, I was going to get the sack. So, fortunately, we won it. It actually was a pretty good performance overall. Goals from Presnel Kimpembe. When he got that, I did enough breathe a sigh of relief. And then Hlozek actually getting a goal. But like I say, you look at how Norwich hammered us. We weren't favourites for the game, Norwich were, but we still managed to pull a 2-1 out the bag. 5 shots, 3 on target to their 22 and 12. We only had 46% of possession, but we looked really good. And like I say, I also made another mistake because I ended up double clicking and we went straight through into the match without me being able to do a team talk and stuff like that. So that didn't go in our favour, but it doesn't matter. The end result was as it was. We beat Norwich 2-1 and saved my job. We then were at home, and that was away to Norwich, hasten to add. We were then at home to Newcastle, and we beat them 2-0, sorry. And again, they didn't play fantastically. A couple of players played all right, like Mr. Abraham, as you remember, who was with us for a little while. He was a sort of backup defender, but you know what? He wasn't bad. I didn't really play him enough. He struggled to get in the side. Scout says 57, but still, I was quite pleased with him. He did a good job when he played, and as I say, he didn't have a bad game against us, but it was not good enough, so we came away from that 2-0. As I say, 2 goals from Almada, who got the player of the match. His goal amount has picked up. Now, obviously, coming up now in the schedule, we've got AS Roma. We've got the away leg is the first one, and then the home leg is the second one, and I kind of like to have it that way, round that way. If we do half decent in the away leg, there's less stress in the home leg, but we'll see how it goes. In between that, we do have a Southampton game, but what I'm going to do, as per the last one, is show you both of the Roma games. I'm going to try not to witter on quite so much, and we'll try and keep it under 48 minutes, but there are no guarantees, because I like to talk, as you know. Without further ado, however, I will get onto the tactics, which will go there now. I talked about this in a previous episode. I was looking to maybe play players together who hadn't been and try and see if we can get a bit more out of our strikers and stuff like that. I mean, Haaland is our top scorer, but with not quite the amount of goals that I would like. And it wasn't going too badly, but we haven't been training this formation long, or indeed these tactics that long, and I only have the one set. We still do have our others set up. It is a possession. It is possession at the moment, but it does, easily swap over to like a more counter-pressing, should I need to, just with a couple of changes. But like I say, I'm very happy with how it's been going. But what I'm not happy about is we got a couple of injuries. Bacardi, he needs a rest, so that's what he's getting for this match, unfortunately, because he's not in fantastic shape. But he's on the bench just in case we need him, because Kenny's on, but unlike everybody else in the team, Kenny's fed up because I didn't play him enough. So everybody else is doing okay-ish. Even Sigurdsson is doing all right, but then he did save us. But yeah, point of showing you this, was Almada out injured. That was a bit of a loss because, like I say, he's come into that position to play as an engage, if that's indeed how you say it, which is a position I don't normally play. a role I don't normally play, and I figured I would try it out, and I like it. I like the enhanced role. I tried advanced playmaker. I tried advanced forward, advanced attacking midfielder, as it were. I knew what I meant. But the enhanced seems to do something a little bit better, or, he doesn't seem like he's just getting marked out of the game yet, anyway. I mean, there's only been a couple of games in playing that role, so... Nevertheless, he's injured. He's out injured, even. 3 to 4 weeks with cracked ribs, so... He's out for both legs, which is a shame. He's going to miss some games in the league, which is also a shame. Hornby's out, which isn't a problem. But Anthony's injured as well. He's almost back in training. That's the good news. But of course, we've been without him for a little while. But given that I'm not playing wide players, I mean, Anthony can play up front too. And he can also play attacking midfield should we need to do it. But like I say, we are not playing wide players at the moment. Almada not being the reason for that, him being out injured, because like I say, he can play in central attacking midfield, but certainly an influence on it. And yeah, that's really all there is to say. So our best option behind Almada, of course, is Sigurdsson. And Sigurdsson, of course, did very, very well against Arsenal, setting up one of the goals and scoring the other, which we needed. He's got good skills. He just, poor bloke, he hasn't got in the team this season. And obviously, compared to the other talent that we have, he's not as good. But, yeah, it's not showing his goals there in the league. Oh, he shows one. But yeah, 3 goals international, that is. Where are we? There we go. Continental Cup position. Continental Cup, 2 sub-appearances, 1 goal, 1 assist, which was from that game, and he got 7.15. So that is why he is here, because otherwise I'd have to maybe play 3 up front or put in a defensive midfield, and I don't really want to do that. I really, really don't. I don't think there's anything else much to say other than Almendra is being kept out by Valverde for this match, but he is on the bench should we need him. Dean's back in, keeping Panzo out. Panzo has done exceptionally well. As I think I said before, he's always been a decent, reliable player when I've had him, which, to be honest, only started in FM19. But he's been with us a couple of seasons. We did have him out on loan for a bit, but yeah, he's managed 23 appearances so far. I don't think I've taken a quick look at the Premier League, so we will. Not that it really matters, but we are out of Europe at the moment. We do have a game in hand over Leicester and West Ham, but City, of course, have a game in hand over us. So those are kind of our nearest people. Beyond that, Arsenal are 13 points ahead of us, but certainly 10 points ahead of Watford, and 11 ahead of City and West Ham, and Leicester, in fact. So not sure how we're going to do in the league, but like I say, my job has been threatened a couple of times this season, and we've managed to get away with it. But I feel like if we have a bad performance here in this Europa League semi-final, that might be it, because that literally is all we've got left this season. If we look at the club vision, where are we? Current season, failed in the Champions League, failed in the FA Cup, failed in the League Cup, and they're currently disappointed with their position in the Premier League. It's not over yet, but it's not far from being over. And as I say, we are ending this at the end of this season, regardless of how we do anyway. I just don't want to end with a sacking, because apart from anything else, I didn't get sacked once during FM19, and I have been sacked or relegated in FM19 either, or indeed in FM20 yet. As you know, the first season I nearly got sacked with Everton. So Everton has been a tougher challenge, I guess, for me. Anyway, all that we've got is Europa League. This is our season, and it is the upcoming game. Okay, it is time for Everton away at Roma. It is the Europa League semi-final leg one. In goal for Everton is Unai Simon. A back four of Dean, Kimpembe, Ashley and Bacardi. Bacardi Being just about fit enough to get on the pitch, I decided to risk him instead of Kenny because, like I say, this is the game we really want to be having the best performance in if we can. That's not to say we want a bad performance in the other game, but you know what I mean. Central midfield, Partey, Tonali and Almendra. Almendra, of course, being just about fit enough again to keep Valverde out. Valverde, he's a good player. Almendra may be slightly better. It was a tough decision, but nevertheless, Valverde is on the bench, which is fine. Sigurdsson in attacking midfield. We've already talked about that. And up front, it is Haaland and Hlozek. We are hoping for goals, and we are hoping for many. So, but yes, 23 degrees, look. We're in Italy. And look, we've got a crowd again. If you've seen my most recent FC20 video, you'll know that I now know what caused the lack of crowd in my last couple of episodes, just to do with my graphics settings. And unfortunately, I thought I'd fixed it, and I tried fixing it for that game, but because obviously the game engine or the match engine had already loaded, it did not update it to include the crowd. But it has done this time. This is exactly the sort of crowd you would expect to see for this sort of game, so it's nice not to see an empty stand. Anyway, time to go to the dressing room. And we apparently should challenge the team to prove a point, so that's what I'll do. But yeah. Media's been on our back, let's prove them wrong. Boom, everybody's motivated. And I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not going to do anything extra than that. I'm going to hope that's enough. Yeah. Let's go. Kick off. Oops. Press that too soon. Everton in the blue. Roma in the red with the white shorts. That's right. Why am I changing that? That should be balanced. All right. Back to where you were. Sigurdsson tries to take the ball off Pellegrini. Doesn't happen. Partey tackles whoever that was. And again, but it's a throw for us, so that's good. Good defensive work there from Partey. Throw in from Dean. Finds Tonali. Tonali. Long ball up to Haaland, who can't control it and puts it out for a throw in. You know, I don't really want to say this out loud, but I'm not sure that Haaland's been all that for us. Yes, he's top goal scorer and all the rest of it, but given how he's done in real life, I feel like he should have done better for us. And Danilo, cross in to Capone. Capone with a nice wide shot there. You can shoot as many wide as you like. Just don't put them on target. Do I want to go cautious? Unai Simon with a goal kick. Only as far as Senges. You know what? I'm going defensive because this is Roma. Let's not be silly about this. We blocked that. Throw in for Roma. It's only 2.5 minutes in. They are the stronger side. Florenzi. Kimpembe gets on that one. Oh, and it's cleared by Bacardi. Hlozek picks up the loose ball and he's going to have a run. He's having a solid run, but that defender is quicker than him. And Henderson puts that out. Throw in for Everton. Bacardi to Tonali. Tonali keeps hold of the ball. Fighting with Capone. Still got it. Tonali. Bacardi with a cross. Can't find Haaland. Dean picks up the loose ball. Tonali in the middle again. Partey. Dean's out wide. Looking for another cross in. Haaland cannot get on the end of it again. Pellegrini with the clearance to Capone. Capone on the counter-attack now. Come on, Everton. Tonali. Taking it off him. Well done, Tonali. He's been brilliant this season. Well, Pellegrini again. Oh, ball forward for Capone, but Bacardi takes it off him, puts it out. It's 4.5 minutes in. It's quite exciting. Too much time spent at the Everton end, I'm just saying. Danilo. Zanlolo. Danilo again. Oh my. Pellegrini out wide. Oh, cleared by Ashley. Almendra puts the ball forward. Haaland picks it up. Tonali out to Dean. Dean with a wee run forward. He's got support. But oh dear, he gets tackled. Oh, and he fouls him back. That's not good. Come on, Dean. Do I want to go key highlights? Do I dare go key highlights? That's the question. Wow. That was an exciting dive by Unai Simon to grab that, but he got it, and we'll take it. Hoofs it back forward. Trying to find Haaland. But with no success. Florenzi on a counter-attack. Partey tackles him nicely. Are we counter-pressing? We're not counter-pressing, sorry. We're regrouping. We're letting them run in, but we are counter-attacking. I'm going to leave it like that. Just demand a bit more from you. Just because. Florenzi coming forward. Partey tackles him nicely. Partey, of course, been pretty much ever present this season. He's had an improvement in his game compared to last season. Pellegrini. Henderson. Pellegrini with the ball in. Capone on the end of it. Finds Danilo. Puts it into the middle for Henderson again. Cristante. Roma just keeping hold of the ball. Trying to look for that opening. Capone. Puts it out for... Oh, he's offside. Goal kick for Everton. You know what? Let's go key highlights. We have got 2 matches to get through. I don't mind how we're doing. I like how we're defending. You know, Simon. Oh, lovely work. Haaland and Hlozek. Haaland to Sigurdsson. Sigurdsson managed to get it back. Tonali looking for some opening. Partey. Partey and Tonali want to keep it to themselves. Kimpembe now looking for an opening. Sigurdsson. Dean on the wing. Tonali. Sigurdsson again. Tonali puts it out, but not a great one. It finds Capone. Henderson now. Pellegrini. Under. Puts it wide. Well, Tonali on the ball again. Ashley with the ball forward. Zanlolo gets past his man. Simon grabs it. You know what, boys? Let's get creative. I wonder if we should counter press. I'm afraid to. Mancini, Capone. Oh, Bacardi with a perfect sliding tackle. Must have been because he didn't get booked and it wasn't a foul. Pellegrini. Ball to under. Florenzi. Oh my goodness, that was too close for comfort. Let's counter press for a minute. See how that goes for us. Everton inspired by the feedback. That's what I like to see. But Partey's picked his game up. A couple of them have dropped their game a little bit. Oh, Hlozek and Haaland. Boys, oh boys, oh boys. 36 minutes. We now have another highlight. You know Simon. Yeah. Florenzi does well. Apparently Danilo is nervous for Roma. Wowzers. It's half time. 13 shots, 4 on target for them, 2 and 1 for us. We've had 51%, however, of the possession. Kimpembe has won back possession more than any other player on his team because Presnel Kimpembe is fantastic. And Tonali has been impressive at breaking into the final third, which he has. We're very happy about that. But apparently Tonali has lost possession more than any other player on his team. A couple of wayward passes there, I think. To the dressing room. Tony Lopez says, do it for the fans. So let's try it. That's not too bad. Something else I've done, and I do have them training for the correct positions, but I'm playing... I love me, if you've watched any of my other situations where I play 2 strikers up front, you know I love a trek and an advance forward. And the good thing about these 2 is that either is good enough to play as a trek or an advance forward. So I'm going to swap them around because neither of them are performing particularly well. I am also going to tell them that they need to do better. And hope that they sort it out. Yeah, Siggy not playing well. You see, that's the thing. One thing I found, if that Enganche plays well, the team plays well. If the Enganche doesn't play well, it's not great. So, I feel like you need to do MetaMate too. Who else? Oh my. Almendra's not having the best of games. But you need to pick up. And poor old Ryan Astley. Struggling a wee bit there at the back. That's not what you want. In fact, Bacardi's not had the most exciting of games either. So, let's see if that makes any difference anyway. The assistant has nothing to add. Let's go into the second half. Let's get creative. Well, Astley's game's picked up. That's good to see. Almendra, not so much. Siggy, Lozek and Haaland. Nope. Oh, it is a free kick now for Roma. Little too close. Oh, and they curl it in, but it doesn't come to anything. We've got a couple of minutes, and I'm going to make some subs. Yeah, all right. I'm pausing the game there. What we going to do? Well, Selby's on the bench, and he's now coming on the pitch. Hlozek, you're just going to stay as you are. Siggy. Oh, Siggy. I could bring on Feeney. I just don't feel like he's the better choice necessarily at this point. Good first touch, bless him. But I don't think he's any good as an Nganch. He's not really that good as an... Yeah, no. I don't think that's smart. I think Siggy needs to stay on. He is motivated, so hopefully he can pop up and do something. Almendra, you are going to come off, though. In favour of Valverde. Tonali's been playing plenty well enough. And like I say, Ryan Astley's picked his game up. And he's, again, for a youth team player, or a youth prospect, as it will, product of our youth development, he's had a good season, 40 games. He's not 100% ever present, but he's managed to make himself first choice in a very sort of shallow defensive pool, unfortunately. But he keeps Tosin Adarabayoyo out, which he actually isn't that upset about, seemingly. Thus far, anyway. He makes plenty of substitute appearances. Anywho, that's my 2 substitutions. I'm not going to make a third at this point. Don't be nervous, Kimpembe. You're brilliant. You don't need to be nervous, mate. Let's confirm those subs and see if that makes any difference to how things are going. Get creative, boys. Come on. There we go. Be inspired. Lozek's game almost went up a notch and then went back down again. But Selby's here. He can score goals. Show some passion. Oh. Lopez with a goal kick. Finds under. Mancini with a long pass back. Picardi's knackered. Tonali a little bit tired. Under on the ball. Puts it into the middle for Riccardi. Oh, and it's a lovely shot there, which Simon saves. I'm going to go back to holding shape again. No, I'm not. I'm sticking with the counter and I'm going back to regroup. That's what I meant to do. Come on, boys. I'd love just to sneak a goal in here. I know it doesn't look likely, but... Florenzi with a throw in. Pellegrini. Florenzi with a cross. Keeper came for that one, and oh my God. Oh God, I thought that was in. I thought that was in. But it wasn't. Selby's doing all right. Oh, it's full time. End of the first leg. 0-0 to go away to Roma and come away with a 0-0 and only Lucas Dean booked, which I think puts him out of the next match. I think that's too many yellow cards. I think he is now banned. Bless him. That's a good result. 50-50 possession. That's a good result. We just got to do something against them when they come to Everton. But yeah, pleased with Astley, pleased with Kimpembe, very pleased with Thomas Partey, who of course is man of the match. So, I'll be back in a minute for the next match. In a few seconds. As I suspected, Dean to miss Europa League semi-final through suspension. So yeah, he is not going to make the second leg against Roma. I'm not too surprised about that, unfortunately. But he's been a little bit foully, bless him. But we do have Jonathan Panzo. Before we get into the match, I just wanted to quickly show you this. We're actually favourites. We're actually favourites for this match. Obviously, we drew the away leg. Roma are coming to Goodison, and we're 6-4 favourites. We've had decent form, apparently, which is 2 wins out of the last 5 and 3 draws. Haven't lost a game in 5 games. That's exciting. But yeah, that's interesting to see. I should show you very quickly, however, the game in between against Southampton did not go how I wanted. Southampton are in 18th, but I did actually bring out a few players who are not first choice. Kenny played to make sure that Bacardi got a rest. Dean played because obviously he's banned anyway for the Roma game. Young Mr. Cockbill got his first appearance. And I say young, he's 16 years old, but this young lad clearly has a bright future. And for his debut, he did really well. So quite impressed with that. Valverde didn't do too badly. Tom Davis, again, he had a good season last season, but he struggled to break into the team this season. He's unhappy, which tends to be a thing with players that don't get to play very often. Both him and Kenny are suffering from the same problem. They want to leave because they want more time. Let Feeney try playing as an Nganch. He didn't like it. Selby had a good game. I played him instead of Hlozek, and he got a goal, which is fantastic. And Haaland had a decent match too. So, like I say, a couple of players getting an opportunity, and we didn't play badly, but it's just annoying that we couldn't do better. I mean, that's the thing. Southampton were all over us. There's no question about it. They really wanted this game. 62% to 38%, and they were away. They wanted it. They needed the point, I think. Like I say, they are in 18th, but I was expecting, murmurs perhaps from the board, but nothing. They're obviously concentrating on this next Roma game, but yeah, interesting that we're favourites. Okay, it is time for Everton at home to Roma. It's the second leg of the Europa League semi-final. In goal, it's Unai Simon, a back four of Panzo, Kimpembe, Adara Bayoyo and Bacardi. Central midfield, Partey, Tonali and Almendra. Attacking midfield, Sigurdsson, and up front it's Haaland and Hlozek. I don't know if you noticed Henderson. I noticed him in the last match. He came from Liverpool. Look at those mentals. Those mentals are mental. I'm sorry. But yeah, he came from Liverpool. They bought him last season. I don't think he really broke in to the first team really for Liverpool. But I guess he's doing all right for Roma. Not a lot to say here. Adara Bayoyo keeping out Ashley on this occasion. And we did have yet another injury, which is Anthony, who was going to play up front instead of Haaland. I was going to have Haaland on the bench, but this is what we're going with. Let's see if we can do something with it. They're obviously playing a slightly more defensive formation. But we are favourites, which again I find exciting and interesting, but it gives us a chance. So, what did he say? Tony Lopez, we should challenge the team to go out and prove a point. All right. Stick it to them and prove they're wrong. Well, that's motivated them. That's good. Let's see if the assistant has anything else to add. You know what? I'm going to add this too. See if we can get anybody fired up. There we go. This is it. This is your season. You've put yourself in a great opportunity by drawing the away leg. Now is the time to win this one. And not let them score any goals either. Because, you can win on away goals. As we found out in the last tie. Kick-off. Everton in the blue with the white shorts. And Roma are in the all red. And, of course, we will start full match to make sure that things are playing all right. And, look at that. I caught it. 0-0. Roma kick-off. Pellegrini. Florenzi coming forward. And it's a foul day at Goodison. The rain is pouring. I thought I saw a flash like there was lightning. Henderson and Cristante. Looks like Roma are keeping hold of the ball at the moment. Not giving Everton a look in. Under on the ball. Pellegrini puts it out wide. They're keeping hold of it. I don't like this. Florenzi looking to get a cross in. Cross deep to Henderson. Come on, boys. I'm going cautious just in case. Ball over. Capone's there. Adara Bayoyo tackles him, but it was a bit risky. Capone still on the ball. Come on, boys. Close them down for crying out loud. I'm going positive. Might be a mistake. Show some passion, would you? I tell you what I do need to do at this point. Let's counter-press them. They're keeping hold of it way too much. There you go. Danilo. Partey finally intercepts it. Puts the ball forward. Can't get back on the header. Sigurdsson on the ball. Panzo now coming forward. Dean, of course. Tonali. Lovely little run. Looking to find some space. Bacardi. Tonali again. Bacardi on a run. Tonali does not take advantage. Come on, Tonali. Stop holding on to it. Almendra. Bacardi's still out wide by himself. Let's take advantage. Partey. Kimpembe. Adara Bayoyo. Puts the ball out wide, but it's for Almendra who cannot get to it. Martinez quarter there. Pellegrini with the ball forward, and Bacardi could be in trouble. Please don't book him. Just tell him off. He didn't mean it. He's only a young man. Yes, thank you very much. Victor Kasai. Quarter with a free kick. Short one to Danilo. We're unpositive. I'm going cautious, because that hasn't helped us. Come on, Siggy. Party with the foul there. Free kick. No bookings. I'm going to demand... Oh, I already did something. Danilo. Free kick. Under's there. Pellegrini's there. I did as match preparation work on our attacking, which might have been a mistake looking at how they're sort of all over us here. Maybe should have worked on my defensive positioning, but never mind. Doesn't matter. It's still 0-0, though we are only 4.5 minutes in. I mean, we're not playing amazingly, necessarily. We're not playing badly, but I don't feel like we're certainly not having a possession. That's for certain. And I'm not sure that counter-pressing has necessarily made it any better. I could counter-press a bit harder, but I just don't know. Capone. Bacardi with the tackle. And again. Finds Hlozek into the middle for Tonali. Puts it out wide for Partey. Wide-ish. Sigurdsson puts it out wide. Panzo coming forward. Tonali now. His passing's been a bit better this match. Come on, Tonali. Let's do something exciting. Kimpembe. Solid as always. Adarabayo with the ball over. Tries to find Hlozek, but is cut out by Roma. Our players, of course, pressing their goalkeeper, just in case he makes a mistake. Oh dear, Under's on the way forward now. Pellegrini with the ball over. Cleared by Adarabayo. And as far as their defence. Ball out again. Bacardi. Doesn't stop the cross, but Panzo clears the ball quite nicely. I don't know if I dare go key highlights. I must do, otherwise this will be 1,000 years long. Go on, key highlights. Trust in Everton. Believe. Ooh, we've had 1-on-1, so have they. Show some passion, Everton. We can do this. 2-2. Let's get creative, maybe. Yes, be inspired. Hlozek not playing fantastically. Haaland doing okay. Almendra 4-3 to their 3-1. Danilo free kick, however. And, oh, Tonali has got a yellow card. I'm just pausing that. Poison? Pausing. And let us have words with Tonali and tell him to ease off tackles, because he is not somebody I want to get sent off in this match. At all. Alright. Confirm changes. Back to the match. I wonder if there's anything else on the analysis I should be aware of. Nothing. That's good. 33 minutes, 34 coming up. And oh my goodness. I thought we'd be defending wider. Henderson's on the ball. Pellegrini again. Under's there. Florenzi tries to get a cross in. Oh my God, that was too close. Too close. We're 5 shots with 4 on target to their 4-on-1, but I haven't seen anything that looked like that yet. Demand more. Half time. Under with the free kick. Kimpembe clears it. Hlozek on a counter-attack. He's almost going all the way. Is he going to get a cross in? He goes past his man with the cross. Oh, and just headed wide. That was fantastic from Hlozek. Well done, mate. Okay, well, it's 0-0 at half-time. Statistically speaking, we've had the better of it. But you know what? We didn't look fantastic, did we? And we've also not had the possession. Tony says we should do this for the fans. I should say, if we can get a goal, we're favourites. And I think that most of you need a bit of a push. Actually, well, Tonali's doing well, calm. A lot more to come from you. The rest of you, I'm not that happy. But you know what? Defensively, you're doing all right, but I'm not going to tell you so. Because, we don't need complacency in this game. Do I want to swap the roles with Hlozek and Haaland? Again. Because they're not playing up to scratch, Start the second half. And let's do it. Just for fun. Just for fun. Haaland can go advance forward. And Hlozek can go as a trek. Swaps it around a bit. Both of them can play that way. Both of them have played well that way. Roma are pushing us. Come on, get creative, Everton. Let's do better. There we go. 9-5 to their 4-1. 10-6. Come on, Everton. Long ball forward. Almendra on the ball. Very bad pass to Bacardi there, but fortunately there was nobody who could pick it up. Adara Bayoyo hoofing it forward. Hlozek on the ball. He's in the box. And he... Oh. Is it a foul? No. Yes! Penalty for Everton. Sigurdsson to step up. And he scores it. Everton 1. Roma 0. 66 minutes. It is far from over. But that is a fantastic place to be. 1-0 up. And 1-0 up for the tie. Both legs, in fact. Well, Partey's a bit nervous. You shouldn't be, mate. You're doing all right. Show some passion. I probably don't need to do that, do I? That's going to upset you. Oh, no, it didn't. Fired up. 82 minutes. We've not seen another highlight. 85 minutes. 88 minutes. Still no highlights. Oh, throw in for Roma. Pellegrini. Riccardi puts one in. Uh-oh. No. Sodding penalty. You know, Simon, this is their away goal. Make sure you save this sodding thing, mate. I thought he'd saved it then for a minute. Well, that screwed it. We're out on the away goals rule. I'm going to go very attacking. Let me pause that and skip that. I'm going to go very attacking. Stuff that ball into their box. Hit early crosses. Shoot on sight. Do it all. Go. We have seconds left to rescue this. Come on, and it's full time, and they won on the away goal rule. Well, that is Everton out of the Euro. Yeah, you're frustrated. I'm upset. It is how it is. It was a good-ish performance. We did well to go 1-0 up. Yeah, I'm going to go with unlucky. You can have the confidence boost there. Alrighty, let's have a final review there. We're actually coming up next match against Liverpool. I'm sure that'll be a fun one. Though, yeah. Especially as Liverpool are champions at the moment. They've already made it to be champions. There aren't that many games left. In fact, there are a grand total of 4. Liverpool, Man United, Wolves and Leicester. Well, we're out of the Euro. We did, in terms of the club vision, that's the only thing we've passed this season. I failed at everything else. And they're disappointed with the qualification for the UEFA Europa League. I mean, if we actually look... Oops. If we look at the league table, let's do it this way. We're in 9th on 51 points. We do have a game in hand over City, West Ham, Watford and Leicester. City are on 58 points. We got 12 possible points to win. We're only going to really get 6 realistically, which will put us on 57. And as long as West Ham do absolute rubbish, we might be with a little squeezy in there, but I really don't think it's going to happen, to be honest with you. Like I say, West Ham haven't been doing bad at all, though they've not done fantastically with their losses. I mean, they lost against us, which that shows you. But disappointing. I really thought we were in with a chance there to get into the final of the Europa League. But not a bad performance. Not a bad performance away at Roma, and not a bad performance at home. Just penalty at either end. What can you do? Away goals rule, etc., etc. Realistically speaking, as I say, I'm intending to call this a day at the end of the season. And like I say, there's, planning to come back for the Leicester game, being as it's the last one. And I'll also do like an end of season review, as I would look at who gets the player awards and stuff like that. But like a final summing up for the series as well. It's been a good run. It's been fun. This season has not gone the way I hoped. Most of that, my decisions, I would suggest, and tactical choices and stuff. But yeah, we were certainly not as good as we were last season. In fact, let's have a look. Last season, we were just a lot less losses overall. And, of course, we had that lovely run of form at the end of the season. But this season, a little bit too hit and miss. Struggle at the start. Struggle in the middle. Definite struggle towards the end. I mean, you can look at that. How many games in that? 3, 6, 9, 12 games. We only managed to win 2. And, 3 if you include the away goals win against Arsenal. But that's not what you need to be doing. And, of course, we had the away goals lost there. So, yeah, last game of the season, away at Leicester. Wasn't that what we did last season? Was that not the final game? Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. Oops. That went too far back. There we go. So, yeah. I've been avoiding relegation. This is Forever Everton, and I'll see you in the final episode. Thank you very much for watching.